Hey, good morning, Drip community. Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are not yet in the Drip community, welcome to my channel as well. This is Blue Chip Drip, not a financial advisor or financial planner or whatever. I'm just a guy out here on YouTube that enjoys participating and putting my money or investing, whatever you want to call it, into the Drip network ecosystem. Kind of wanted to touch on a couple things, or just one thing that I feel that I feel is relevant or important to my attitude, not only dealing with DeFi or crypto. You know, crypto to me is an education. I think it's an education worthwhile learning. There's no university or college out there that you can attend, to my knowledge. I'm sure there's some platforms made up. I think like Bartertown's got an academy or something. I don't know for sure, but there's no institutional school that's even attempting to teach the core basics of crypto, much less DeFi. So the way you learn is you get out here and play. Right now, I've probably made about 30K off of, in my 2 years in DeFi, and I'm not saying this proudly, or a year and a half, I should say, I've been in. I've made about 30K, but I've invested mostly in Drip. I'm probably somewhere between 100,000, 120,000. And I know you guys are laughing, but hey, man, I'm learning, and it's going to get better from here. I feel I'm learning, I'm achieving an education in a financial space that's going to earn me millions. And whether that's using Drip as a good, consistent, long-term play, base passive income, seeing how these new developments evolve. And my next challenge to myself, right now I think I'm a semi-pro. You know, Stunner Breezy's a pro. Crypto Tiger is a pro. Nelly is a pro. Michael VD is a pro. Xanergy, those guys are a level above me. I feel in order to become a pro, I'm going to have to successfully find a degen play and do a quick pump and dump, and I don't know what that's going to be. When I do that, I'm gonna host a special kind of graduation promotion for myself. I haven't achieved that yet. I've been wrecked a couple of times. I definitely don't like talking about that, but I'm gonna have to. It's all about challenging yourself and learning. For far as loyalty and long-term stability, security, hey, Drip is where I got most of my attention, most of my money. But I made a promise to the good master that I would begin to share my story if he helped me with a situation. So I want to briefly do that, and most of you guys, you can turn it off and get bored with this, but thank you for the opportunity. In my life, you know, I'm 58, I'll be 60 years old here in a year and a half, but in my life, there's been so many times that I've wanted something so bad, just like we all do, you know, financial security, jobs, this, we all have life problems, and life can be pretty tough. Try to talk about these things without getting emotional. I've got some of this coffee with soy creamer. I'm gonna see if that helps. I'm joking, it's just regular coffee. Anyway, So many times in my life, just having life problem situations, whether it be illness, money, relationship, whatever, the pressure gets so overwhelming. In my religion, it teaches that instead of whining to everybody else, you have to cry to the good master. He wants to hear your voice. So that's who I go to. I'm not a super religious person. I don't always go to church like I'm supposed to, but I am a Christian. My wife is Catholic. I go to both Christian services and Catholic. And, hey, it's the same God, and I'm in God's house, and I enjoy the opportunity that I'm alive and able to do that. But anyway, so a few months back, I'm self-employed. I've been in business myself for going on about 21 years. And it's just, I had so much coming against me. I owed the IRS probably $250,000. I owed alimony, other business debts. I mean, probably close to $1 million. I mean, now, hey, I'm really talking to Jesus now. And what kind of happened, is the way I've been doing business is the way that you did business 20 years ago, and times have evolved. I started looking, man, why is it such a struggle to make it? How I'm going to get rid of all this debt? And so I'm really praying now. So I get this opportunity. I get this company out of Canada. They want to partner with me so they can obtain a visa. So they're going to pay me enough money up front. I'll be able to clean up all my debt for the first time in about 10 years, not have the IRS on me, not be behind on my alimony, not owe all this money. And so I'm really praying. And this car was swerving ahead of me. I'll make sure he didn't run into. But anyway, the pressure just hit me one day. My wife was with her sick sister in Mexico. I was at home. I went outside, and just $1 million worth of debt. Imagine that pressure. And I'm talking about a lot of this I need to pay now, or I'm going to have big problems. I'm going to be standing in front of the judge. You know what I mean? So it just hit me, man. I just snapped. And I was home by myself. And, man, I'm crying like a baby. God, please, help me. I can't do this on my own. And that was the first time I've said that 20 years. I've always been I'm a former Marine, we like to do everything, man. You want to feel like I'm a man. I can pay all the bills. My wife don't need to work. I can do everything. We want to, control everything. And we don't want to have to ask nobody for help. First time in 20 years, I asked the good master like a baby, crying, like when you're a child and you get hurt or you want something real bad, you're crying like a little baby to your dad or your mom. That's where I'm at while I'm praying. That's how hard I'm praying, crying, whatever. So I get that out of my system, and all of a sudden this deal, I'm praying, God, I need this deal to go through. Now, my son had never wanted to really work with me. He had his own gig going. But these Canadians, they had money budgeted in this deal for $75K salary starting out. So off the hip, I said, yeah, my son works with me. Then I told him about it. So he came on in and learned the business so he could benefit from this $75K salary plus commission. I mean, this is a sweet deal coming our way. So the deal doesn't go through. And the way it was going to work out, guys, is they would have paid my debt. I would have had a good, $200,000-$300,000 cushion in my pocket, a refresh, just like Drip, a refresh. This is the deal of the century for me. It's going to change my life. Then all of a sudden, they denied the visa they're applying for, gets denied. The deal falls through. But before I could freak out, this idea pops in my head. And where do you think ideas come from? You're trying to figure something out, nobody can give you an answer, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, the solution is in your head. Who do you think that comes from? Sorry, guys. Let me get some more of this soy coffee and simmer my emotions down. Those ideas, in my religion, they come from the good master. This idea pops in my head. Wait a minute. Okay. You're going to partner with this company out of Canada. They're going to clean up your debt, give you a base salary plus commission and all this, but yet you're going to have to split the commissions with them every month. You're talking about, somewhere between a $10,000, $12,000 check to these guys every month. And this idea pops in my head when I found out the deal didn't go through. Wait a minute, what's the difference? I'll take my son, we form a new company, which we've already done. We rent a building in a small town. Instead of paying $2,500 a month for rent, we pay $500, because now, versus 20 years ago, we don't have people coming in the office. Everybody's on auto pay or pay by phone computer, and now I got 3 employees. Luckily, they want to be stay-at-home moms. One of them has agreed to service our new company's business from home remotely. So I'm cutting my overhead from about $12,000 a month. Then I take this new company to the bank, which I've already done, and we finance the purchase of my old business with our new business, which I've already done. And I pay off. I do the same thing I was going to do with the Canadians, but instead of having to pay the Canadians $10,000 or whatever dollars a month for the commission split, I just got to pay the bank $1,400 a month. How good is our God? Excuse me. How good is our God? I could never have figured that out on my own. I'm trying so hard for this and praying so hard for this. And God says, no, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this business where you and your son are working together, and Chip, you're not going to have any debt. And Chip, you're not going to pay some freaking Canadians $10,000 a month for the rest of your life. You're just going to pay the bank $1,400 a month. So, I guess with Drip, all this happening with Drip, I've kind of got this attitude like, hey, you know what? I'm leaving it to the good master. He's going to make things happen one way or another, and it's going to be okay. And just thought I'd share that with you guys today. And the other thing I wanted to talk about before I close out, Drip Millions made a statement on the House of Maxis a couple weeks back. He said if 1,000 people would just come together and buy $100 worth of Drip, that would take 5 million Drip out of the supply. And he's right. I mean, look at what's happened here recently. We got people, because of the breaking news, going and buying drip, and look what it's done. Man, I'd like to start an army, man, my own army. I'd like to get with the House of Maxis and Danny D, who is in the Crypto Collective. Crypto Lucky. What's up, Crypto Lucky? Hey, Susie S., I forgot to mention you the other day. That's a strong female drip soldier. Dedicated. But anyway, go out and recruit 1,000 people, handpicked, that have proven their discipline already and executing good behavior. And then you use those 1,000 people to make you plays. You know, coordinated plays, just like coordinated dumps, coordinated positive action plays, man. Man, that'd be some army, wouldn't it? Anyway, thanks for listening to me rant today. Didn't want to put a whole lot of personal stuff, but I did promise the good master that I would share my story. And this isn't the first time he's helped me like that. Man, I could ramble. I could sit here and tell you story after story, because I'm a dumb son of a bitch. I'm always getting myself in a jam. You know, in Iraq, you know, and before that, just being my natural self. I've had to call on the good master many times. He's always helped me, not in the way that I asked for, but in a much better way. So I'm doing what I say. I promised him I'd share my story, and I don't know. I hope somebody can appreciate it. Anybody that watched this video the whole way through, thank you. This is Blue Chip Drip out of here. Best way Corazon.